Hello everybody and welcome back to another FTB Unstable video. How's everybody doing on this evening? It's evening here. Just to let you guys know, quick note, something different that's going on right now. I don't have the webcam up and running at this current point in time. There is a reason for that. I am looking into green screens and stuff like that. It will be back. We'll see. You know, I might bring it back before I get the green screen, but I have to rearrange some of the furniture, computer desk, stuff like that. And I can't do that still because of my surgery. I can't lift anything over 10 pounds still. So I literally cannot do it. So, I mean, that's something that I'm going to be working on here in the next week or so, and we can go from there. A couple quick notes. Thank you so much for the love on the last episode. Even though a lot of it was building and stuff like that, I'm really happy that you guys enjoyed that. And some of you even liked some of my tips and all that kind of stuff. So it was really awesome to see. I did finish up the walls off camera. I did up all of that stuff, basically repeating the patterns. And then I decided to work on the floor, and I came up with this design. And I think it looks pretty sweet. It's a little bit stone heavy, but I think that's okay actually in this build. Also, I would like to get rid of the torches. We'll need to come up with some sort of a solution there to get rid of those. Maybe we can even just do sea lamps in specific locations to, you know, handle the lighting or anything like that maybe. I don't know. We'll figure it out, but we don't want mobs to be spawning, and this floor is mob spawnable. This ring out here is not, but the main floor is, because I don't want anything to be floating around. But as you can see, there's a decent amount of room here, all things considered. I didn't actually measure it, but we have quite a few blocks. What are we at? 348 all the way over to 374. So what is that, 28 blocks, something like that? Sure, that'll be a guess. So we do have a decent amount of room, and the first thing that we want to work on is getting some of our stuff from over here, like especially our storage. That's going to be a main one, getting our storage over to this big center, as this is kind of the main hub of the entire base. So this is where I want to have all of our main stuff. And then from there, we're going to go out the sides. And, you know, if we're going to have a mob farm or, you know, a tree farm or anything like that, we'll be doing it in those separate centers. I also have this center here that we're not really using. This is our Tinker's one over here. This could become a farm of some sort. It's not a bad idea. I've actually thought about it. It wouldn't be a terrible idea to have a little, maybe a food farm or something in here. So we might look into that as well. But first things first, it's nighttime. Let's sleep. It's going to be so nice to not have to worry about nighttime soon. We are a little bit restricted because we still have our land-based stuff. But once this is gone, we are good to go. So let's put some of this stuff away, and let's first get a few things. Actually, it was great. The mod author of RF Tools made a few comments in my video yesterday, the last video, and a huge thanks, a big thanks to all the mod authors, to be honest. The amount of work that they put in for us to enjoy this game for time and time again is so thankful. And honestly, they get a lot of respect, but they deserve so much more than even what they get. So, big thanks to all of them, and any of those that are watching me. So, big thanks. But he recommended a few different things, and also was looking into the bug that I had with the remote storage and the disappearing of items. So, apparently it's going to be fixed. Whatever I've found, it's going to be fixed at some point in time. So that's a good news. I don't think it's fixed quite yet in this unstable build. I'm not sure if it updated. I think we're in 4.2.6 or something like that, but I'm not sure if it's updated in this yet or not. But yeah, so there was a few recommendations, and one of them was to get a storage scanner. This guy is going to scan all of your nearby inventories and show them in a list. So that seems pretty sweet. And I did get everything prepared for this. And I wanted to just kind of play around with it and see what exactly it does. So let's just remove this guy right here and place down the scanner. So the scanner does require power, so that's important to know. And it should be scanning. Okay, good. So it's showing a lot of different blocks. Okay. Move inventory to the top. Alright. Let's see. Move inventory down, etc. Storage scanner. Okay. Alright, so there's our one. So that's our big storage. Alright. This modular storage, it's not seeing. But it's not seeing this one over here. I don't think. Minus 435. No, it's the other way. 1263. Yeah, so it's only detecting, I think, the blocks that are directly adjacent to it. Or maybe in like a little 3x3 section here. So let's try and do this. So if we put that there, does it detect it now? So there's that one. No, it still is not detecting it. Oh, there we go. I had to rescan. That's why. Okay, good. And it shows the items in a little bit more of a list type thing. So that's nice too. I like that. All right, so then we can obviously adjust these by moving them up, moving them down, etc. So we can have our modular storages right at the top that we have access to. And then from here we can also, oh, you can adjust the radius. Oh, okay. That would fix the problem right there, wouldn't it? It's fine. No big deal. Now, there's a couple other things that we can do. This inventory, no, not that one. There's another item here. Storage terminal. Yeah, this guy here. This terminal can be retrofitted with a storage control module so that you can access the storage scanner. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. There's a couple different things that we can use. But the main thing is we can actually just construct the items here and go from there. So that works great. I like that. So let's move them. Let's move all of these. We're moving all of our items over to the other base. Alright, away we go. So we need the modular storages, good, and the storage scanner. Now we don't have our power over there yet, which is a bit of a concern actually. We might have to move some of this stuff around. We obviously are going to have a bit of extras as well, and our inventory is completely full. Good times. There we go. That should fix that. Alright, so, we might need to get one of these generators. And you know what? We have one up here. So, I'm going to, let's go move some of this stuff over. And then quickly get ourselves a generator to kind of power this thing up. Now, where do I want this specifically is a great question. I haven't really thought it through 100%. Because we have exits on all four sides, I think what I want to do is I want to stick to quadrants in here, right? So each section is going to have its own little thing, whether it be storage or, you know, maybe we have a machines section, maybe we have something else. I haven't officially decided all of the things that we are going to have in this base area here, but I do want to have my storage. That is 100% for sure. So let's go with, you know what? We could even put it a little bit in the ground, couldn't we? Well, let's first see what it looks like this, right? So if we go, you know, we could hide it so much better. Yeah, you know what? I'm thinking that's exactly what we should do. So if we have our storage scanner right there, right? That'll be our scanner. And then we go underneath in the underground, or like the basement of this place, where there's a whole bunch of guardians apparently right now. That's great. That's great. So there's our storage block right there. So we could then do our modular storages and kind of just attach them to this. Would that work? Even going like straight down, right? Because by theory, we can always expand, oh boy, on the radius. Is that correct? So then we can go like that. So that can start our little bit of our storage. And then all that we have is this one block that we come up to and we can scan. So let's just increase the radius a little bit. And voila, we have access to our storage of our stuff. Yeah, I like this. I like this a lot. So then it's really hidden and we basically only need to use this right here. Okay. Good. Now, we will need to wire it with power as well, which could pose a little bit more of a problem. But because we are on a surface level, a painting machine should solve a lot of that problem as well. And a lot of the routing and all that kind of stuff. Obviously, underneath, I don't want it to be completely water-based. I do want to have like some sort of a structure point. If you guys know what I mean by that, is basically a firm setup of a basement, right? Because right now these are just floating above water. And that's just because I haven't had enough time to physically go underneath and build the column that goes underneath and is going to, you know, fill this thing out. That's basically the only reason why at this point in time. Now, maybe we could get like a filler of some type or something like that to accommodate that goal as well. I don't know, but we'll figure that one out. And then down here, we're going to do our 2 generators like so. Good. We'll need a bit of charcoal. I just want to have enough to keep this thing up and running for right now. We are going to have to move everything over pretty darn soon here. So that's kind of my goal today, is to start moving a lot of this stuff. I probably won't move the extra utility stuff just quite yet. Mainly because, well, I don't want to yet. I want to build a different area for extra utilities. So that's a different thing altogether. Okay, good. And then what we can do is we can go like this. Come on. And like this. And we'll need to get another energy. Oh, I might have one actually. I do not. I do not have one. Okay. I lied. We do not have an extra energy conduit. So I want to get another energy conduit here. Yep, you. Perfect. And you know what? I'll take you as well, just in case. And this should then power our storage scanner and keep that pretty darn healthy as well. Like I said, we'll need a painter to solve this problem with a conduit facade to make it not look like that. But for the most part, we should be good to go. So now, if I'm not mistaken, how do we do this? Can we actually do that? So if we go with prismarine, and we want to make prismarine, and we store it like so, is it going to, do I need to click on this and then it'll work? Is that how this is going to go? Not routable. Routable. Okay. Okay, so they need to be routable, I think. And then once you look over, now it shouldn't matter which one I'm on now. Okay, and then boom, I can craft a stack. Okay, perfect. That is what I like to see. I love it. All right, I don't really need that, but you know, it's fine. And then we can store some of this stuff all away. I'm going to store all my building supplies and some of this extra stuff in this inventory here. Good enough for now. And then in this inventory, I'm going to keep storing the other items. Okay, good. So far, so good. I had a whole bunch of energy conduits in my bag, didn't I? It's fine. So that's working fantastic and completely hidden, which is even better. I love that. And if we can just keep expanding on that down below and just have this one block for all of our storage needs, maybe we could even move that right into the middle of the room. Maybe we will do that, actually. Yeah, you know what? I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm going to move that into the middle. Now, can we pull out? So we can't pull out the items. Really, that's a bit of a setback. Shift double click. Okay. Double click to get the full stack. Okay. So it's just a little bit different than what I was anticipating. Alright. That's fine. Okay. I'm going to move this over to the middle and make it pretty. Okay, so one other quick note that I've noticed is whichever one is at the highest is going to be like your dump chest, right? So for example, if I take out, here, let's do something that's pretty straightforward. These dandelions, right? And if this one here, our prismarine chest, is actually at the top, if I go to dump them in here, it's automatically going to go into the dandelion. Now, even if I'm not highlighted on it, it's going to go into the prismarine chest or storage, modular storage, because it's at the top. So whichever one's going to be your bulk storage, you're going to want your bulk storage more at the top, at least for early on, until you get to the point of separating out items and making things work, etc., etc. Alright, so that's a quick note as well. I do not need a bow. That is unnecessary. So I really like this being in the middle like this. Of course, we will need to get a painter, just like I said before, for over there. Difference is this will be a prismarine block, but I think that looks sharp actually with the dark prismarine here. So I think it looks fantastic. I love it, and all in one little quick thing like this, even better. The other thing too is we can actually access the iron generators, which is pretty sweet, depending on where we put them in the final build and all that kind of stuff though as well. So a little bit more tweaking necessary there, of course, but at least our storage is now where it belongs. Outside of that, I think we're at the point of let's move over some of the machines, and maybe we'll look to make that painter just so that we can clean this up quite nicely. Because I think that's kind of the next step, is moving these guys over. Yeah, I think that's about right. Yeah, I think we need to move these. Move them all over and go from there. Yeah, I think we're good to do that. So I'm going to continually disconnect. That's kind of annoying. Just very annoying, no big deal. And yeah, we'll start setting up the machines. Alright, so I got 3 generators down here, and I moved over some of my machines. Now, of course, I still have the water underneath, but I think what we need to get is, we need to get a capacitor of some sort. We really haven't gotten anything to store our power for quite some time. So I'm thinking a capacitor, even just the basics, probably going to do okay. And what do we need? We need 4. What? We don't have copper? Are you serious? I don't believe that for a second. Let's shift right click, shift double click. That's what it is. I'm gonna have to get used to the interface and how it all works. We also need some gold nuggets apparently. Okay. Shift double click, shift double click. So that'll give us 2 of those. We can just make those into nuggets quickly here. And we should be able to make the 4 capacitors. Excellent. Now, we can make ourselves the basic capacitor. Oh, we don't have a redstone block. Okay, let's do that first. Redstone block, make me 1. Go away. Thank you. Perfect. And there we go. Okay, so we at least have a capacitor bank to our name. Now, what I'm thinking is right under here is going to be our capacitor bank itself. So we're going to start it just like so. And our energy conduits are then going to run across, like so, into the capacitor bank. Very good. So what we should be getting is a gain of power. Beautiful. I love it. Awesome. And then from the capacitor bank on this side over here, we're going to be running it out towards my machines, which are on this line. All right. Dealing with water. You know, I thought I was done this with inventions. No, just kidding. I knew that we were going to be doing this because I didn't have time to build an underlevel, which I'll need to do at some point very soon. All right, good. We'll go like this. We'll get down there and try to run the cable over nicely. As nice as we can anyways for right now. And then I'm going to keep it... I think I should keep it down at this level too. So let's just do... I want to try to keep my wiring at least a little bit less of a Kryllyk wiring job, if you know what I mean. I sometimes get into that situation of a little bit of the bad wiring stuff, which we don't want to see. Nobody wants to see that. All right, good. And then one over here as well. All right. So not too shabby. I think that that's going to work very nicely now having the capacitor in here. It's going to allow us to store a lot more of that stuff going forward and use these generators a little bit better. The other thing too is we could get a few more solar panels maybe and work on that as well. But we do have power coming over to our furnace, which is one of the main things that we needed, hands down, because we need a little bit more of the conductive iron. So we're going to need a little bit of this. Let's get 9. Yeah, we'll do 9 of those and 9 redstone. And that's going to get us all of the conductive iron that we require. The double click thing I'm going to have to get used to, for sure. The other thing too that was recommended to me was that remote storage with the tablet that we were looking at doing originally. I'm going to double check to see if we did upgrade to the RF tools that was discussed, but I'm not sure if it's all been pushed or not yet. So we'll leave it for right now, but yeah. Then the next thing that we're going to need to do is we're going to need to have all of these output and whatnot back into our storage system over here. So that's going to be another task as well. But for right now, we'll just keep it manual like we are and go from there. There's a few other things. There's a lot of other machines I'd like to get. And one of them is that painter that the painting machine from Ender.io. Really great machine, very, very useful in the way that it works, and definitely a requirement. Oh man, this copper thing is going to drive me bonkers. All right, shift, double click. I held shift, I double clicked. Don't be rude. Don't be rude. All right, good. That should get us our machine frame. Excellent. We can put that away. We probably do not have the electrical steel or the nether quartz. Really, we don't even have the quartz? Oh, man. All right, quartz. That would be why. Okay, we'll just get a couple of those and quickly break them. There we go. Enough quartz. Excellent. All right, so we have the quartz. Next step is to get the electrical steel as well. So for that, we're going to need the iron. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. We're going to need some silicon. Oh, well then. Double click, take all 5, and then also some of that coal dust for 5. Okay, good. Good. So we'll start making up some electrical steel as well. In the meantime, what we can do now that we have the conductive is we can make ourselves a few more of the energy conduits. Oh, I need to do it here. No, here. No. Bad search bar. Bad. Energy conduits. There we go. Just these guys right like so. And boom, boom, boom. 3 should be all that we can do. And that is the case. So we can finish wiring these guys up accordingly. Good. Now this one up here, I thought about putting one up there, but it's not going to work the way I wanted it to. So what we need to do instead is we can rewire all of this. I just thought about this. Don't sue me, I swear. So we'll rewire this like that. Good. This will connect up accordingly, and we'll put our soul binder right in the middle. That way it's all on one level. We have our wire running below here. We can continually adjust and adapt as necessary, but they all have power and we are at least operational. So one more that I want to put is right here, and that's going to be the painter itself. So let's quickly rewire this to be vertical like so, and then we're going to get that painting machine. I didn't want to put that there, but it's fine. It's fine. All right. We need our electrical steel first. There we go. 5 blocks of that. Can put that away. And then we can get our painting machine. Very good. All right. Painting machine, get. So now what we need to do is, obviously it needs to get power. That is the thing that we need. And the other thing that we're going to need is we're going to need a conduit binder. Or conduit facade, I should say. Transparent. Hides the conduits when painted with a non-solid block. Oh, like glass. Interesting. We're just going to go with the basic one, though, for right now. And I do only need the one, so that's all I'm going to make. And then we also need to get a little bit of dark prismarine, which I should be able to take this, like so, with our trusty chisel. Where are you at? There it is. Get that diamond chisel on and get a little bit of the dark prismarine. So all we're going to do is we're going to say that we are going to paint this block with dark prismarine, and it should come out accordingly. Now, I probably could have done a half slab. I don't think it'll matter at all in this circumstance, but there you go. Now you can see that it is covered up. And once you hover over the Yeta wrench, or I think other wrenches as well, it'll show you that that block is actually an energy conduit, but it's covered up and it looks pretty all at the same time. Alright, so keep that in mind. We're going to move that up, we're going to put that away, we're going to move it back down, because that's how I'm going to do it for right now. For right now, we will do it like that. Oh, let's put away our chisel as well. Alright. So far, so good. I'm very happy with what we have going on here. I think I'm going to... Let's see. What else can we move over? There's not too much else that we can really move over without much more infrastructure. One of the things I was thinking is one of these domes would be a Botania section for our little Botania setup. One would be for a tree farm. And one would be for maybe animals or another type of farm. Maybe even the Guardian farm. So we might have to hold off a little bit on that. Let me check the length of time on the video and see where we're at. Well, apparently I was extra chatty this episode, so I apologize for that, but we are at wrapping up point. I don't feel like we accomplished too much, but we did fix up the storage scanner, and we did fix up getting some of our base situated and all of that kind of stuff. Thank you guys so much for the support and all that kind of stuff on this series and all my entire channel. I'm here to run a channel, not just a pack or a series, so I really do appreciate it. Thank you so much. Make sure you check out the Curse group. Make sure you check out all the things. Follow me on Twitter, etc., and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye for now.